Stay here, just for a moment. If you've been waiting longer than you expected, if silence made you wonder whether God is still moving, if your heart is tired from hoping quietly, this whisper is for you. God has not paused your life, and He has not forgotten your prayers. Even now, something is unfolding. Waiting has a way of making time feel heavy. Days pass, prayers rise, and yet, nothing seems to change. You begin to wonder if stillness means absence. But God says softly, "Stillness does not mean I am inactive." Some of His deepest work happens unseen. Seeds grow underground. Roots form in darkness. Nothing looks different on the surface, but life is forming where eyes cannot see. God whispers, "I am strengthening what will support you later." The waiting is not empty. You tried to make sense of the delay. You replayed decisions. You questioned timing. You searched for reasons. But God does not require understanding before trust. Scripture rests gently here. We walk by faith, not by sight. Sight will come later. Trust grows slowly. It grows when nothing dramatic is happening, when faith is exercised without applause. God says, "This season is teaching you how to rest in me." That lesson will matter. Waiting is not correction. It is not rejection. It is preparation. God says, "I am not withholding from you. I am aligning you." What is coming needs the version of you that is forming now. Let this scripture sit gently in your heart. Those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. Not lose it. Renew it. Sometimes you assume the delay is your fault. If only I prayed better. If only I had more faith. But God says, this waiting is not because you failed. You are exactly where grace placed you. Trusting the process means trusting God's pace. It means believing He sees the full picture when you only see today. God whispers, "I see what you cannot yet see." I sense God saying this to you. What you are waiting for is being prepared, and so are you. Nothing is idle. Take a slow breath. Release the urge to rush outcomes. This moment is not wasted. Some things couldn't come earlier because they would have overwhelmed you. God says, "I love you enough to be patient with your becoming." You won't always feel faith. Sometimes trust is quiet endurance, and God honors that. Let this whisper softly, "Be still before the Lord and wait patiently for Him." Stillness is not weakness. The clarity will come. The timing will be understood. Peace will replace pressure. As we pause here, remember this truth. God is working, even when you can't see it. The process is purposeful, and your waiting matters. Stay here with me. Don't rush this moment. If your heart has been asking, "Why does this still feel hard?" Listen closely. God is not delaying you. He is strengthening you. Some blessings are light. Others carry responsibility, depth, pressure. You prayed for growth, for restoration, for a new season. God says, what you asked for needs strength to hold it. He is a loving Father. He does not hand heavy things to weak foundations, so He strengthens first. Quietly, patiently, lovingly. Strength is not built in moments of ease. It is formed in repetition, in endurance, in showing up again. God whispers, "You are becoming resilient without realizing it." Let this rest softly. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. God does not rush weakness away. He meets it. In waiting, control loosens, and trust deepens. God says, "I am teaching you to lean on me, not outcomes." That lesson protects your peace. You're learning compassion, patience, discernment. Things you didn't even ask for, but will one day thank God for. Pause for a moment. Look back. You survived things that once felt unbearable. That wasn't accident. That was formation. Momentum fades. Stability lasts. God says, I am anchoring you so you don't collapse later. You don't need to strive. You don't need to convince God. He already knows where you are. Rest here. I sense God saying, you are closer than you think, but stronger than you realize. Peace that depends on outcomes is fragile. God is giving you peace that remains even when nothing changes yet. The Lord will fight for you. You need only to be still. Stillness is strength here. Heaven is not anxious. God's timing is intentional. You are not late. You are aligning. One day, someone will lean on the strength you built in silence, and you'll understand why this mattered. Take a breath. Let go of pressure. You don't have to be ready today. God is preparing you gently. Remember this truth. The waiting is not weakening you. It is equipping you. God strengthens before He releases. Stay right here. Nothing is wasted in this moment. Even what feels empty, God is using it. He is not only preparing you, He is preparing everything around you. Some things God changes in you. Other things He changes around you. While you wait, He is adjusting. Timing, relationships, opportunities, doors you haven't seen yet. God whispers, I am arranging more than you realize. There were moments you wanted to push forward, but something held you back. That wasn't failure. That was protection. God says, I held you still because not everything was ready. Some people couldn't go where you're going, not because they were bad, but because the season changed. God gently says, I removed what would have strained your future. Let go without guilt, not loudly, not dramatically, but steadily. Connections that feel peaceful, support that doesn't drain you. God says, the right people will not rush you or pressure you. In their hearts, humans plan their course, but the Lord establishes their steps. Even when your plans paused, God's steps continued. Fruit needs time. Roots grow before branches appear. God whispers, I am growing you where no one sees. That hidden growth will sustain you later. If it had happened earlier, you might have broken under it. If it happened later, you would have doubted God. So He chose now. God says, my timing is gentle, not careless. Waiting doesn't mean stuck. It means placed, like a seed in soil. Still, but alive. Things you don't see are shifting. Conversations, decisions, doors. God says, what touches your life next will fit. No forcing required. You don't need all the answers. You only need trust for today. God whispers, I carry tomorrow so you can rest today. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. You don't have to understand to be held. You don't have to chase it. What is meant for you will recognize you. God says, I will bring it to you at the right moment. If you moved too soon, things would clash. God is syncing hearts, timing, and direction perfectly. Past disappointments made you cautious. God understands that. He says, this time I am leading you gently. Nothing is random. Nothing is forgotten. Nothing is behind schedule. I sense God saying, everything is lining up quietly. You don't need to move yet. Just stay present. God is closer than you think. Trust the process. Not because it's easy, but because God is faithful. Stay here with me. You don't need to carry anything right now. This moment is not asking you to believe harder, or try deeper, or understand more. It is simply inviting you to rest in faithfulness. What God starts, He stays with. He does not create purpose and then lose interest. He does not awaken hope and then disappear. God gently says, I am not done with you. Waiting is not endless. It only feels long when you're tired. But God sees the ending clearly. He whispers, "This season will not last forever." Even on days you felt distant, confused, numb, you were never dropped, never misplaced. God says, "I have held you the entire time." He who began a good work in you will carry it on to completion. Completion is not rushed, it is faithful. Some things overwhelmed you. Some dreams felt too heavy. That doesn't disqualify you. God says, "I finish what you cannot." Your doubts did not offend him. Your tears did not frustrate him. Your pauses did not slow him. God whispers, "Your humanity does not cancel my commitment." You don't need to perform trust. You don't need perfect consistency. God says, "I am faithful even when you are weary." Time did not kill it. Delay did not weaken it. Silence did not erase it. God says, "What I promised still breathes." Sometimes the most spiritual thing you can do is rest. God invites you, "Lay it down. I am carrying it now." Faith is not tension. Faith is surrender. God whispers, "You don't have to hold it together." Not chaotic, not forced, not anxious. It will feel calm, aligned. God says, "You will recognize my peace in it." You are gentler now, wiser, more rooted. God says, "You needed this depth for what's ahead." Not spiritually, not emotionally, not in life. God says, "You are exactly where grace meets you." God does not measure success the way humans do. He measures faithfulness. And you have been faithful, even in silence. Nothing you've walked through was for nothing. God redeems fully. I sense God saying, "Trust me. I am bringing this to completion." May your heart soften. May your shoulders release their weight. May your mind quiet. May you feel held, not rushed, not forgotten, not late, but loved, finished, kept. Rest now. The process is still moving, even while you sleep.